this week before Christmas. We've plugged this thing 2 or 3 times. So let's talk about what you don't know. In the car industry, we talked about Thanksgiving and we talked about Christmas. The first 24 days of the month, you sell 40 cars. Give or take, 38 to 40 cars. And you bank and pray that the last 6 days of the month you sell 50 cars. Okay. Again, if I'm talking in a bigger market, it's the same concept. You're going to do, you know, nearly 100% of what you've done in the first half, or 50% of your total business in the last week of the month. So this week before Christmas, everybody's typically on vacation, going on vacation. Everyone's doing their thing, getting their car service, hitting the road, and so forth. I'm telling you, if you will do your research and start your car shopping the first week of December, start prepping and planning and look to do business that week before Christmas. I'll give you a case in point. Louie, Herron Toyota will probably sell 4 cars that last week before Christmas. 4 cars in 7 days. 4 cars in 6 days. That is like watching paint dry. That's nothing. So if you want to see a dealer with a high level of urgency and make certain you get a deal, they will not let you leave that facility, any car dealership, that 3rd week, that week before Christmas. 2 things they think about. The first thing is it's a slow week, and they know that that week kills their month. They got to really protect that week. The other thing they think about is if by chance, and we can't predict the future, the 26th of December all the way to January 2nd is not what we think it's going to be, we're dead in the water. So they try to scoop as many deals as they possibly can that 3rd week. Early. So I can't impress upon you enough. If you know you're going to, and I'll tell you this, there's no new surprises coming out the 26th through January 2nd. Whatever incentives they got going on, I promise you, they're going to be out there the week before Christmas. They're not going to shake it up and do something ultra crazy. There may be an extra dealer cash that we spoke of earlier that may pay the dealer an extra $200 a car if they hit their number, a bonus or something like that. But that's nominal in the big scheme of things. So very, very important that you realize that 3rd week or that week before Christmas is a golden opportunity. Now, real quick, let's move on before we get to another break here about this aged inventory. Let's go to the new car side. We talked about the floor plan, and then we talked about used cars. What most people don't realize is the CPAs come into the dealership that 1st week of January, and they go back and look at all inventory ending December 31st. Everything that you have in stock as of December 31st, it doesn't matter if it's 1 day old or it's 60 days old, they make you take a write down on what the value of the car is. Now let me tell you how that's important. Every single month, we look and write down every single car that is 60 days or older. That is January through November. But in the month of December, when you close the year, the CPA, they don't want to see the cars that are 60 days old, Chip, and older. They want to see every car that's 1 day old and older because they're closing the fiscal year. So every single car that you're out around or you're overbooked, you got to take the hit for it.
I got you.
So as a consumer, how does that benefit you? I'm going to tell you from a dealer perspective, when you're in the showroom and we know we're going to have to write down inventory and we're looking at a loss on a car, and I said loss because there's some occasions where we do take a loss, where inventory's been in stock for 130 days, either a loss to you, a loss to the CPA, or a loss to a wholesaler, or a loss to an auction. We want the customer. We get long-term life out of serving a customer and giving them a great deal, way more than I'm going to give it to from a wholesaler. So when you're in that last week of December and you're in the whole month of December and you're looking at a used car, you have to know in your mind that every single car is going to be looked at to be written down. So it's an opportunity with age inventory that you don't want to take lightly. Same thing with the new cars. We don't depreciate those cars as bad as we do used. But every single car that we have that's a 2012 that's still stuck on the ground, we take a write down on it. So we're going into 2013, and if you happen to want a Corolla, and there's 4 2012s on the ground or 13 2013s, get the 12. I'm telling you, the deal is going to be phenomenal, primarily because of the age and the write down. And here's the deal. Dealers know this stuff, but the sales managers are clued into this stuff by the dealers as we close the year out, and there's a high level of urgency to get rid of those cars.
Louie, do you ever drive home at night and say, you know what, I shouldn't have done that deal? they got too, I marked it down way too much, or I approved it and I just shouldn't.
Let me tell you, this is a true story. I won't release the name. If they're listening, they'll know who I'm talking about. I got called the other night. I'm at the house. They called me at 9 o'clock at night. And they said, Louie, look, we've got a teacher from Gatewood here. And we know that your children go to Gatewood. And we know that you like to speak at all schools, but you speak at Gatewood a bunch. And she's looking at a brand new Prius. We need our new car number. We're behind the 8 ball. I said, okay, so how bad's the pain? Because I know they're about to tell me that this deal's going to be, I won't relay the amount of loss, but when you sell a Prius in today's day and age, one of our hottest cars we have, you don't lose money on a Prius, okay? What they presented to me was baffling that they would even call me on that deal. But after looking at all the factors, like I'm sharing with you, I acknowledged to go ahead and do the deal, and let me tell you why. If you are a service customer of the dealer, if you are a referral of the dealer, if you have bought 4 or 5 cars from the dealer, if you have a relationship with somebody at the dealership, you just don't know what kind of deal you're going to get. And she got a phenomenal, and I'm certain she doesn't even know how good of a deal she got. But she got a great deal. So yes, when you look at deals, and I questioned when I got off the phone, man, do I really want to do that deal? But when you look at it, to me, as a dealer, there's more to a good deal than just selling Miss Johnson, so to speak, today. I mean, there's the service business, there's referrals, there's how she feels, there's so much that goes involved in that. And so you take the deal. But yeah, you do sometimes do that. So
I just thought just was
every once in a while it happens.
All right, 26 after, 61 degrees.